What if your rebrand makes your oldest clients feel betrayed? If you think this can't be you, just think about these companies. In 2009, Tropicana rebranded and they lost $30 million in that rebrand. Nestle tried reworking the formula for Milo in 2015 and guys left Nestle. Gap rebranded in 2010 and they faced so much backlash, they actually went back to the original branding. Coca-Cola, back in the day, 1985, they changed the formula and introduced new Coke. The sales fell and they brought back Coke Original. More recently, in 2025, Cracker Barrel rebranded and they faced so much backlash, they went back to their previous brand identity. So if you're in that camp of can never be me, chances are by now you've come to this camp where people know it can be them and they're wondering what we do next. So let me address all these people, all of you who are thinking, I don't want it to be me. Welcome to the TED Talk. So your business has grown, you're doing bigger work, attracting big opportunities, leading a stronger team. But the moment someone mentions rebranding, just like this, you feel your chest tightening, and it's not because you doubt the need. Actually, you can see the gap between who you are and what your brand says you are. But it's because you are thinking about them. The clients who stood by you when the logo was a Canva template and the proposals were PowerPoint. They sent referrals your way, they gave testimonials on Google or elsewhere. They trusted you before the market did. And now you wonder, what if they don't like this new identity? What if they think we've lost our humility? What if they feel like we've outgrown them? What happens next? These thoughts are not just fear, they actually love. You love these guys. You just don't want your progress to feel like a betrayal to them. Okay? So here's what you need to hear. Change doesn't distance people. Unexplained change does. If you're new here, I'm Ben from Kenyan Grafik, and we help service businesses look as good as the work they deliver and get paid full price for it. And this is episode 14 of the Rebrand Masterclass. Today we are talking about how to evolve your brand without losing your clients or running away from them. Clients rarely leave because you changed. They leave because they were not included in the change. If your growth feels like a secret, then clients will feel like strangers. But when you invite them into your growth, into your evolution, they actually feel honored. They don't just tolerate the new brand, they defend it, because people are generally not opposed to progress. Everyone wants progress. We want the world to move ahead. They came on board knowing they'll give you money and you will grow. They're just resisting surprise. And that means the solution is not to delay or to disguise yourself. It's just having proper communication. Okay? So when you lead with transparency and gratitude, your clients don't feel left behind. They feel brought along. And in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, how to bring them along in this journey of yours as you rebrand. So what I recommend is a structure that is in 3 phases so that you get as much client inclusion as possible. This is the client inclusion playbook. The 3 phases are: 1, the whisper phase, where you make them feel chosen; 2, the 1-month transition, exactly. Move quickly, but with order, just do the transition. And then 3, a celebration phase, where you anchor the change in gratitude and celebration. Each phase has its own purpose. Each one protects the relationship while advancing the brand. And I will walk through all of them, beginning with phase 1, the whisper phase. In the whisper phase, we are making them feel chosen. Every strong rebrand actually begins quietly. Before the public launch, there's some news in the private circles to the core clients, the believers, the constants. You are since day one people, you are ride or die people. They get the information. Call it a preview and not an announcement. It's something personal, like, hey, we are evolving and we wanted you to see it fast, because you've been part of the journey either way. Just because you've been with us, let me show you this. We're not selling you a new logo, but we're letting you in on a new chapter. Well, you wouldn't tell them a bit. So at the heart, you are not selling them the new logo or the new brand identity. You are bringing them onto the new chapter. You will show them why this rebrand is happening, not just what it looks like. Show them the heart behind it. Explain what's staying the same, which would be the team, your values, your care for their business, and all that. But you're not selling them on this. You're informing them and telling them why. Why are you doing this? When the clients feel included, they don't resist, they don't protest. In fact, if anything, they protect. They become early ambassadors, the first to share, the first to defend, the first to say, I actually knew these guys before they rebranded. And I think right now they've only grown better. That is how you turn sentiment into support. Because when you include these ride or die, these core clients early, they don't feel left behind. They feel like insiders, and they actually are insiders. Insiders don't just stay loyal, they become advocates for the brand, for the business, for the future, for your growth. Now, some of these clients might still have concerns, and that's okay. And here's how you can handle it. When a client comes to you and says, I hope this doesn't mean that you're changing how you work. There's this thing to say is, no. Now, I hear you, but there's nothing about our care or attention that is going to be changed. We're giving you the work that you already value, just clearly expressed. But if someone else comes and says, will you adjust how I will need to work with you? You still say, okay. No, not necessarily. You won't have to adjust anything. We're just making our communication stronger. You're not making our relationship weaker. So these are not scripts to memorize. You can tweak the wording here and there, but they are principles to embody that you will not make the relationship weaker. The whisper phase is not about managing perception. It's about honoring the relationship. Phase number 2, the 1 month transition. Here, move quickly, but have some order. So when it's time to launch, don't drag it out. The inner circle is already informed. Your investors are probably already informed. Your do or die. What you want to avoid is having 2 brands running side by side. This will cause confusion, and then it will breed distrust or mistrust. A rebrand transition should happen fast, but with structure. I'm going to give you 2 timelines. One is for a bold approach, bold moves. Another one is practical realities. The bold one is 30-day long, the 30-day fast track. This is for founders who want to move fast and decisively. It works if you have a small team, you have clear internal buy-in, and you have the capacity to execute quickly. You might have a big team, but then you have the capacity to execute quickly. So here's the rhythm. In the first week, do a public launch. Public. Announce your identity and say why it matters. Hold an event or do it virtually. I actually recommend do an event. Have a personal touch to the rebrand. Go update your website, which ideally you should have been building in the back end also. Update your social media handles, update your social decks. Send a message to all your clients, even former clients, not just current ones. You'll notice a new look across our materials. It reflects the same team, the same standards, all with a clearer vision of the future. This is the moment to go live, that week 1. Own it confidently. Own it publicly. Week 2, get internal alignment. So here you're updating your internal systems, your templates, your invoices, your email signatures, just anything and everything internal. You are training your team to explain the change, because they'll get asked and they need to all be saying, yeah, it's the same team with just a brand that now matches who we've grown to be. This is where the internal culture catches up with your external expression that you have already launched, all right? So you're bringing them on board. Week 3, you bring on board your partners and vendors. Here you are actually, this is now the nitty-gritty of tactical. You are updating the files they have, redirecting domains, updating contracts, just align everyone behind the same identity. This is about closing the loop so that you are making sure that no one is representing you with your old brand out there in the world. And then week 4, just audit everything, check every touch point for consistency. Then close with gratitude at the end of week 4 that, hey, thanks for working with us. You've shaped who we are, and this rebrand is just our way of honoring the growth. Send this to your team, your staff, and your partners so that they know why we are together. When you have something that is done this fast, it communicates that by the way you are confident, and it actually reassures them. But you might not have such a small team or the ability to execute fast. And if you have a larger service business, more complexity, guys with multiple teams, legacy systems, clients who need more lead time, then I'm going to give you the 90-day playbook. This is high level. I'm not going to get very granular with it. So In month 1, do a soft launch with the core updates. You can launch publicly. In fact, you should launch publicly, but give yourself room for changes. Update your website and anything primary client facing. Start working on your office, on the back end, and any print materials that you will be having. So this will be things like banners and such. You need to communicate the change clearly, but set expectations that, hey, we are changing, but you're going to roll it out gradually. Month 2, have the internal systems and secondary touchpoints worked on. So go updating your invoices, your internal templates, and all partner-facing materials. You have 4 weeks to do this, all right? Train your team in phases. Begin with the sales team, then the delivery team, then the operations. Sales, delivery, operations. You should be done with the office and all print materials like banners and signages in all your locations by the end of the 2nd month. So now you've had 2 months to have the brand in the market. Also use this time to answer any questions, collect feedback from clients as well as the team. Just do all that. In month 3 is the final time for consistency and celebration. So just go auditing every touch point, close out any legacy materials, and end with a celebration moment for the team. Send a thank you, appreciation post, or hold a small event for your partners and your team. This 90-day track allows you to grow without losing the momentum. So the timelines will work and it still shows that you're committing to it. Whichever timeline you choose, you will have 6 very critical touch points that you must update immediately. So 1 is your website. This is where the first impressions are happening. Update it fast. 2, your proposals and presentations. Your proposals are closing deals, your presentations are reassuring current clients. They both need to reflect confidence and not confusion, so update them. 3 is invoices. Man, nothing undermines a rebrand faster than an invoice with the old logo. It just shows inconsistency. 4 is your email signatures. You are sending dozens of emails a day. That email signature is a brand impression. Make it count. 5 is social media handles and Google business profile. This is just high visibility, low effort updates. In fact, do them in week 1, very fast. And then 6 is your space. If you have an office, even if it's work from home, just update everything. These are things like business cards, old PDFs, internal documents. You can work on them later. Focus on the client-facing materials first. So that was phase 2. Now to phase 3 is celebration and gratitude in the context of the clients. Your foundation has already been set. People have seen this in motion. Now go to celebration, because this is not just a design milestone, it's also a relationship milestone. So you must celebrate publicly. Center your gratitude on the people who have helped you get there. You know, these diehards who have been with you even through the rebrand. Show their stories, feature their wins, thank them in posts, invite them for a dinner. You can be saying stuff like, hey, allow us to tell you about client X, how they've grown with us since 2020, or the impact we've had in their lives since 2020. For one, anybody coming across this content for the first time, they will not think that you are a new company. They will just know that you are a rebranded one. So it actually gives them that credibility, affirmation. And 2, your clients see that you can see them through your process. So they see themselves in your progress, and they also see that you can see their progress, so they don't feel left behind. And in fact, they feel very proud to be associated with you. The people who walked with you in your humble beginnings are part of your story. Bring them on board. Honoring them doesn't mean that you stay small. It means showing them how their faithfulness has helped something beautiful grow. So in that case, rebranding with gratitude will not become a sign of pride. It's pretty much a form of praise. It's acknowledging the growth that has transpired, the goodness that has multiplied. That kind of evolution doesn't lose loyalty. It deepens loyalty with your diehards. They're like, oh my God, these are my guys. I've seen them grow from when this guy used to work from his backyard. Now, even with all that, you might still lose a few clients. That's natural. Attrition is actually very normal. Some people change their location, others drift away, and in this case, some will actually dislike the brand. And that is not failure. That is seasons changing. The goal is not to keep everyone, it's to keep the right ones, the ones who align with your next season. And the beauty is, when you do this well, you often gain more than you lose, because The clarity that rebranding brings doesn't just attract new clients, it strengthens the loyalty of the ones who stay. Your rebrand gives them language to describe you better. It gives them confidence to even refer you. So they don't have to say stuff like, hey, you should go to these guys, they are great. I know their website doesn't look like it, but trust me, sinimina kusho. They don't have to say stuff like that. They can actually say, my videographer guy is this guy, my hotel guy is this guy, my transport guy is this guy, my real estate guy is this guy. And they will send your social media link, they will send your website, they will send, and they know the story behind it, and they advocate for you with confidence. That's the power of order. It multiplies advocacy. Your best clients don't shrink when you grow. They celebrate with you and they celebrate you. Yeah, so if you are currently wondering if to rebrand in the first place or the state of your brand, we have the C4 brand quiz. It's a free 10-minute max quiz. You will do it and you'll get a quick sense of where your brand is doing well or not doing well. You might not need to rebrand. This is if you need to rebrand. You might not need to rebrand at all. You can find the link for that on our website or the description of this podcast or anywhere we are really. Just you'll find it. Yeah. So in closing, rebranding is not a goodbye to your roots. It's building on the stability that those roots have given you. You don't honor your earliest clients by staying small. You honor them by growing in the direction they believed you could. Progress and gratitude are not opposites, they are partners. And the moment your brand starts reflecting both, you stop fearing loss, you start creating legacy. Invite them in, don't surprise them. Change doesn't distance people. Unexplained change, that actually distances people. So that's pretty much it for today. And next time you're going to be tackling the question that every founder pretty much asks when they're thinking about a rebrand. Will this just burn money? I don't want to become another Tropicana. We'll unpack the true ROI of a rebrand and see, is it something that you should get in the first place? I don't think every company should rebrand. Some people just need to work on their customer service or just update their website or just update something really small or their communications or run a campaign. You just don't have enough reach. Not every company should rebrand. So next week, we're going to discuss the ROI of rebranding. Then you'll see if you actually need to rebrand or not. See you in the next.